Hi everyone, let's do some printing. Today's letters that we will focus on are lowercase h and lowercase r. Start with a clean printing strip. The first letter we are doing is lowercase h. Lowercase h starts on the top line. It does not go through the ceiling. Put your pen directly on the top line. Remember, rain falls down from the sky, never up. Start on the top line and go straight down to the ground. However, it is raining so hard, the rain actually bounces up a little bit. Bounce back up the same line you came. Forward rainbow. Straight down to the ground. When you print a lowercase h, you never lift your pen. It stays down the entire time. Let's try another one. Put your pen on the top line. Remember not to go through the ceiling. Straight down to the ground. Don't go underneath. Don't pick up your pen either. It's raining so hard today that the rain bounces right back up. I'm not at the dotted line yet, but I'm getting close, so I'd better start my forward rainbow. And now I go straight down to the ground. Notice with a lowercase h that the rainbow touches the dotted line. That means when I'm bouncing up after hitting the ground, right before I get to that dotted line is where I should start the forwards rainbow. Let's try again. Start at the top, straight down to the ground. Don't pick up your pen. Bounce up, and as you get close to the dotted line, begin your forwards rainbow so that it touches the dotted line. Straight down to the ground. Then you can lift. The lowercase h does not go underground. It sits on the bottom line, and the rainbow touches the dotted line. Let's try again. Start at the top, straight down to the ground, bounce up. As you get close to the dotted line, forward rainbow, touching the dotted line, straight down to the ground. Then you can lift. Make sure with your forward rainbow you begin it right as you're getting close to the dotted line, and the top of that rainbow should touch the dotted line. One more H. Start at the top, straight down to the ground, bounce back up. You're getting close to the dotted line, forward rainbow, touch the dotted line, and straight down to the ground. Let's see if you can find some mistakes with the next lowercase h's. Sometimes people print their lowercase h this way. They do the rainbow from the ground and then they put a stick on top. This is not right. You should never pick up your pen when you do a lowercase h. When you're doing a lowercase h, it's important to start at the top of the line. Repeat after me. Start at the top, straight down to the ground, bounce up, and as you get close to the dotted line, begin your forward rainbow, touch the dotted line, and straight down to the ground. It's one stroke. Your pen does not get picked up at any point. See if you can find the mistake with the next lowercase h. Can you spot the mistake? This lowercase h has a rainbow that goes above the dotted line. It needs to stay below the dotted line like the one we did previous. Let's try it again. Start at the top, straight line down to the ground, bounce up. As you approach the dotted line, forward rainbow, touch the dotted line, straight line down to the ground. This time my rainbow did not go above the dotted line. This lowercase h looks much better. See if you can find the mistake with this last lowercase h. Do you see what's wrong? This lowercase h looks a bit like a chair. It doesn't have a rainbow at all. It's much too sharp. That's because I waited until I got to the dotted line to go across. You should start a little bit sooner to get a rainbow shape. Watch this. Start at the top, straight line down to the ground, bounce up, and right about here you need to begin your rainbow. If you don't, your lowercase h will have a flat line instead of a nice rainbow line. That's much better. Erase your strip. The next letter we will be doing is lowercase r. There's a lot of similarities between a lowercase h and a lowercase r. First though, you need to know that a lowercase r starts on the dotted line. It's not a tall letter like h. This time, start on the dotted line, go straight down to the ground, bounce up, and just like the h, start your forwards rainbow. Just make sure you stop it before it goes back down to the ground. In a lowercase r, you do not pick up your pen either. We'll do another one. Put your pen on the dotted line. Go straight down to the ground, bounce up, and as you get close to the dotted line, begin your forwards rainbow. Stop it before it gets too far. You don't want it coming all the way down like you did with the h. And the next one, start on the dotted line, straight line down to the ground, bounce up, start your forward rainbow, and you're done. Do you see how my lowercase r has a nice gap here between the dotted line? You need to make sure you start your rainbow as you get close to it. Otherwise your r will have a very flat top. Another one, start at the dotted line, straight line down to the ground, bounce back up, and as you get close to the dotted line, begin your rainbow. Make sure it touches the dotted line. Next one, start at the dotted line, straight line down to the ground, bounce back up, begin your forwards rainbow. Just make sure you don't carry it all the way back to the ground. There's our lowercase r. Very similar to lowercase h, only it doesn't continue back down to the ground and it doesn't start quite as high. Let's see if you can find the mistakes with these lowercase r's. Find the mistake with this lowercase r. This is not the proper way to print a lowercase r. There's two different strokes. When you do it, you're never supposed to pick up your pen, and you always start the way rain falls from the sky. Watch. The rain falls down from the sky. It's raining so hard, it bounces back up, and then forms the rainbow. This looks much better. Find the mistake with the next lowercase r. This lowercase r has a flat top instead of a rainbow top. That's because I didn't begin my rainbow soon enough. Start at the dotted line, straight down to the ground, bounce up, and right about now you should begin that rainbow. Don't wait until you get all the way to the dotted line or you won't have a nice rainbow shape. That's much better. We'll erase these mistake r's. One more. See if you can find the mistake with this lowercase r. This lowercase r is not balanced. The rainbow is too wide. Try and make your rainbow a little bit more narrow, like this. Start at the dotted line, straight down to the ground, bounce up, begin your rainbow, and don't make it too wide. That's better. Today we did lowercase h and lowercase r. See if you can practice these two letters on your own. You might even make a pattern. H, R, H, R. Remember, rain always falls down. Don't start your letters at the ground. Do not make your rain fall up. Watch slowly. Start at the top, straight line down to the ground, bounce up, forward rainbow, straight down to the ground. And now for our final R, start at the dotted line, straight down to the ground, bounce up, forward rainbow, and stop. See you next time.